Welcome in the stream. Welcome to the stream. You are very welcome. Decided to do a live stream this evening. It's evening here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. It's probably morning or afternoon for you in the West in America. KKK. Decided to come to you and to good to catch you. Welcome, Simon. Welcome. Yep, just real spontaneous. Just decided to jump on here and chat with everyone to see what y'all got going on. All is well here in Dar es Salaam. Things appear to be back to, close to normal. But of course, the tension still, people feeling in their feelings and they have a reason to be. So yeah, that's to be expected. But other than that, for me, all is well. Decided to come to you this evening and to do a live stream and chat with you to see how y'all doing and what y'all got going on. And yeah, so I did see that the Trump administration bombed Nigeria. I did see that, and we're very sad, unfortunate, especially because the president of Nigeria allowed him to do it. So yes, very it's crazy, family. That's cray. So you got people blocking us or banning us from coming, just like he's doing to them. He's doing it's reciprocal. What he's doing to other countries are doing to us. Well, I say us, U.S. citizens. So we're banned in some countries, and he's bombing some countries. So it's just not good right now. And I don't think 2026 is going to be any better, to be honest. They're just waiting to after the new year to get going again. If you're going to do something on your pagan holiday, bombing folk, you don't care nothing about none of these pagan holidays. Calling people all kind of nasty names. In the same breath saying Merry Xmas. So yeah, it's insane. It's like we're living in a matrix, in a movie, unrealistic assimilation. It's just unreal. The things that are happening right now. It's not real. It don't seem real. It's real, but it seems so cartoonish, movie-ish. We're in a movie, a 3D movie or something. I don't know. So, but yeah, I'm in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. All is well. Yeah, I'm still here. I've been out and about, so things appear to be normal from what we normally do. Um, Truth be told, hi, welcome. Truth be told, thank you to my members. Thank you for jumping in. You're very welcome. To my members, you're very welcome. So I decided to come on here and jump on this live stream and chat. I didn't have anything in particular to talk about but current events and what's going on in the world. Over here in Dar es Salaam, everything seems, settled, I would say. It's not like it was before the whole political election situation, but it's peaceful right now, from the eye, and people are back to, work, doing business and all that. So, but thank you, family. Don't forget to thumbs up this live stream. YouTube is on some bogus stuff right now, messing with Black people's channels. So make sure you still subscribe. Make sure you thumbs it up. That's all I can say. I mean, you can't stop people from removing your subscribers and doing all kind of craziness, removing comments, all that type of stuff. Yeah, they on some bogus stuff. So all we can do is keep pushing forward. Try to diversify, get on different platforms, because I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube. I can't handle Twitter and TikTok. I can't handle those two. So it's just too much for me. So I'm not on those two. People keep telling me you should get on TikTok. Yeah, my hands are full with the platforms I already have. In addition to me trying to do things here in Dar es Salaam. So things there are improving and normalizing. Yeah, they are COMA 04. They are normalizing. Like I've been out and about, and people are back to, you know, working and advertising and doing business. Now, I did notice a lot of people are putting their things for sale. So I think people are leaving. It appears to be white people that they're leaving because, you know, the European Union and I think the U.S. They did some kind of freeze on some finances or something with Tanzania or some kind of loans or some money situation. They did some kind of, they promised money to this country and they kind of froze it. So because of that, almost like a sanctions type of thing. And so people, I think some white people are leaving because I saw some, we're relocating back to the UK. We're relocating back to the US and they had stuff they were selling like their furniture and stuff. And I saw their hands. So they looked, you know, the hands were white. So I was like, maybe they're white people. Could be black people too, black, you know, Afro descendants too. I know some are going to Kenya. So a lot are staying, but some are leaving. But apparently Russia's gonna come in and stay. Russia be on the heels of what the US got going on. Russia be on the heels. When the European Union and Russia try to call themselves punishing somebody, when the EU and America call themselves trying to punish somebody, here come Russia. Here come China. China already here, but here come Russia. Like, don't worry about that. We here. We'll jump in. They gone. We coming. So we'll probably see more Russians here in Tanzania. The Russians are coming. I think I heard they may do direct flights from Moscow to Zanzibar. So yeah, I won't be going nowhere near Zanzibar. I won't be going nowhere near Zanzibar. As beautiful as it is, it's too many Mzungus over there. I don't want to be around no Russians either. Even though they didn't enslave us, even though the Chinese didn't enslave us, but I don't want to be around all the people. Yeah, them people don't like us like that. Hey, Sons 360. Yep, they are getting back to normal from what I have seen being out and about. Yeah. Some people are still in their feelings. Don't get me wrong. People are still in their feelings because do you blame them? but other than that, everything, you know, you can still go back to buying things, traveling, going here, doing this. So yeah, for me, it seems back to normal. But when I go out, I always keep in mind, you know, the climate, you know, it's just, yeah. So, but everything is back to normal. I've been out and about and everything is well. Just wanted to do this live stream so people can see me. Sometimes if I do text and I say, okay, I'm well, this and that, sometimes people want to see you, to look at you and see what you know, some people try to hide what they got going on. Sometimes people want to see your eyes. They want to look at you to see if you are really okay. So I decided to do, you know, start incorporating live streams in here. So tonight I just decided to do a live stream. Into this pagan year, going into the next one. And I guess 2026 is going to be something new and different. Oh yeah, thank you, Sun 360. I'm happy to feel this way. I'm happy to feel like things are getting, you know, close to back to normal. So, because I feel at home here. I feel a lot safer here than I do in America for sure. Yeah, I didn't feel safe in America at all, at all. But here I do feel safer. Even though they have things going on, my spirit, I feel more peace here. I feel safer. Even out and about, I feel safer here. So yeah, it definitely feels like it to me. I never felt really safe in America. I always had to look over my shoulders. Can't go out at night. Can't do this. Got to be careful. Got to be always keep your head on the swivel. Constantly looking. You know, untrustworthy of different people and men and women. Like it's just a lot. But here you can let your hair down a little bit. Yeah, you still have to be alert and you still have to use wisdom and you still have to keep your head on the swivel to a point. But nobody's really up on you because there's so much space here. unless you go into like the city areas and certain places, the market stuff, then you have a lot of people. Otherwise, where I live, I'm outside the city, so I don't have a lot of people like up on me, close to me. So you have time to watch people and look to see if, as that person is coming closer to you, do you feel comfortable walking up to that person coming around you, being too close? Even if they come up, they not saying nothing to you, they just walking by. So where the danger is coming from in America. That's right. Truth be told, you don't know. And that's what makes it so um, stressful, because you're constantly looking and suspecting everybody, because you don't know who crazy. You don't know who's going to snap. You don't know who is a ticking time bomb. You don't know what folk got going on, what people's agendas are, who they looking for. Like, you don't know. So you got to constantly be, even for you and if you have children, little kids or whatever, and your family members, you just constantly stressed out trying to make sure ain't nobody gonna mess with them, ain't nobody gonna touch you, your car, your belongings, your this, your that. Yeah, it's too much. It's way too much. It's stressful. To be in a more peaceful place. The States is so unpredictable. Yeah, Sioma, it really is. That's why I tell people, even though the stuff went on here in Tanzania, I still feel safer here, because you know what to expect. Like, everybody knows, well, most of the expats know that leave America and go to different countries, uh, whether it's Africa or wherever, during election time, you should lay low. Everybody should know that. Or leave the country. Some people leave the country. Some people already know, because it could be peaceful or it could be not peaceful. So you don't know which way it's going to go. So they here they like, okay, there's a curfew. Oh, you have to stay inside. Oh, you need to go shop. So people get warnings. It's like you get warnings before destruction. You have an idea of what might happen or something could happen. But in America, you ain't got no warning. People, you don't be knowing what's going on. You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time, just going to the store, just doing your normal daily routines, and something crazy can pop off. It's so unpredictable. And with people are unpredictable. You don't know who crazy. You could be working with somebody, you could be driving next to somebody, you can be in the store next to somebody. Like, people just snapping and doing crazy stuff. You don't know who on drugs, who cray. You don't know what people got going on. And people just be snapping. And so you don't have that as much in Africa. Most people are just the same, stable, normal, but you have groups, of course, that, or certain areas, of course, where, it could be some kind of upheaval or stuff going on. But for the most part, you kind of know what area to stay away from. Don't go to this area. Don't go here on this day. Do this. Like, you have an idea. In America, you ain't got no idea. You think you're safe when you go into your local grocery store or your local gas station that you normally go to, or laundromat, or wherever you go, and it could be like some kind of crazy situation that occur. Again, police riding around, ICE riding around, people being profiled, people being all kind of stuff. You don't have as much of that going on. So you don't have that much. You don't have those type of things going on. Like I said, you have to use wisdom, and you don't want to be flashy and with all this jewelry and looking like I got money, because you in countries that have a high level or high rate of poverty. So you want to use wisdom, of course. You know, like for me, if I want to, in a way, flex, if I want to dress nice and all that, I'm going somewhere. I'm not going to just do it every day to be out walking around my community flexing like that. But if I'm going out to meet people for dinner or to the mall or something like that, you want to probably dress nicer. You might want to wear your nicer things, and you're going to be out. You're going to get in your car or get your driver to take you to where you're going. You go where you go, and then you come home. But when you're walking up and down the street, you ain't got to do all that. You could just be a normal person, dress like a normal, simple person. No whole lot of jewelries and all that, drawing attention to yourself. Because at the end of the day, you walking around, anybody can hit you upside the head. Not saying that they do that, but you don't want to tempt somebody, So just use wisdom, basically. In the silence, of course, you have to walk in silence, move in silence in your plans and where you live and all kind of stuff you do when you live outside of America. Those are the things that you have to learn to do, because we're not I know we keep our head on a swivel, but it's different when you live outside. It's a different type of thing that you have to do in terms of watching what you say and how you dress and what you share with people, because everybody's nice. You don't know who ain't like that with you. Everybody's nice. Everybody say sister, brother, everybody say that, but that don't mean everybody's like that with you. So, not that they're gonna hurt you on anything, but they'll overcharge you, they'll upcharge you, and then still be like sister, but they'll still overcharge you or try to sneak and be slick with you. So those type of things you have to know. You can't be that naive to be like, oh, everybody's my sister and brother. A lot of people are, but some people ain't like that with you. They don't see you that same way. So you got to know that. So move, still here, move, in silence. You have your peace, you move in silence, and you don't trust everybody. Everybody ain't like that with you. Just don't trust everybody. You have to make these people prove themselves to you before you trust people in your house, where you live, and all that stuff, and with your ideas and all this about business and all that. Yeah, you have to be careful what you share, because people steal your ideas. They will steal your ideas. Oh, thank you, CL Mine. CL Mine said, I've learned so much from your channel about moving abroad. I'm now visiting other locations outside the. That's good, CL Mine. I'm so happy that I can be of help. I try to share things that you don't hear people talk about a whole lot online when they're like encouraging you to visit or repatriate or relocate. There are certain etiquettes you should have as women, as men, things you have to be careful for, people you have to watch out for, certain things you should do, you shouldn't do. Like, it's certain little things that may not be online, but you learn these as you live in outside of America and you live in these other countries. You're learning these little tiny things that can make or break you, especially your pockets. You want to make sure that you get the best, you get the best prices for the value of your money. Right now, the US dollar, it is dropping, but it's still pretty strong in a lot of different countries outside of America. So you want to get the best, the greatest value for your money. So you have to move a certain way if you want that to happen, in terms of being low key, speaking low English, speaking low volume, your volume. You don't have to let the whole market know you're from the States by talking loud English. You want to blend in. Even if you can't speak Swahili and you're in a place where you don't speak Swahili, even if you do speak, English, and you're at the market, you don't want to be yelling for everybody to turn, because it's a market with thousands of people. If they hear you speaking loud English, everybody's going to stop and turn around and watch you. As you walking by, they're going to be watching you. So you gotta know that. You got to keep that in mind. So you want to, like me, if I'm out and I'm asking a question and I'm speaking in English, I basically be whispering. I be right up on them in their ear. Do you have so and so and so? That's what I do. If I can't say it in Swahili, I get up in their ear. Ain't nobody gonna be able to hear what I'm saying. I'm like, can I? How much is that right there? What about that one? Like, I be whispering, because I don't want everybody to be turning around staring at me, and then you walking away. Anybody can follow you. It's thousands of people. You have no idea. So those type of things that you may not know, people may not tell you that type of thing when they doing videos and stuff like that. These are things that you learn as you're living outside of the country, in these different countries. You learn these things. Hopefully you'll be able to relocate to another Tiffany area. That's what I'm working on, Sons 360. Believe me, Sons 360, I'm working diligently. And when I do it, I at least gonna say I'm outside the DAR. But DAR has to be the hub in that. I still have to come back and forth, because DAR is where it's the hub where people fly in, because the Julius Nyerere Airport is in Dar. That's the main airport. And then they have another one in Arusha. So, but most people fly into Dar. So I'm doing business. So I have to be in Dar, it has to be the hub, but I don't have to like live here if I choose not to. I can live in another area as long as I can get back and forth when I need to. Because it's really just when I consult with people, if they come, I like to meet with them in person. So yes, I consulted with them online, and yes, they get everything they need. But a lot of times when they get here, for me personally, I like to meet them like at a cafe and have like breakfast or lunch, early dinner and tea, coffee, something like that, just to make sure I see what they look like. We exchange numbers. Like they may have a local number. I'll give them my local number, get their local number. And then I like to put a face with a name, even though I saw them on the computer online, when we do the consultation, it's like a Zoom, it's Google Meet. So I see them, but it's different when you meet the person, in person. And so, just asking them, are they okay where they're staying? Do they have their phone situation together? So just making sure that they have everything they need to be, comfortable. Are they close to a grocery store? I might meet them somewhere by one of the grocery stores that we go to in case they might need to go to the store to get some fruits, whatever. So I like to do that. But see, everybody does not talk about that online, or they don't all do that. Everybody don't do that. I just do it because I'm old school. I'm a 70s. I'm more personal. We used to meet growing up. I didn't have a cell phone, so we used to meet with people in person. So I like to meet with people because you don't know, they might need you for something. So I want to make sure we got each other's numbers and all that different stuff. So these are things that it's good to do. A lot of the people that consult with other people, they don't always meet everybody when they come here. There have been people who consulted with other people for different countries where they had not met that person. That they give all the person all the information. They do a consultation. They give them all the information, the flying in, the visa, all that stuff, and then they get here and they never meet that person. I personally like to meet the people that pay for consultation with me because it's the least I could do. They pay and they're here. So I like to meet with them. There's somewhere down the line, even if we only meet one time and they still here 2, 3, 4 years, they might need something still. They can reach out to me, or I might need to ask them something. I can reach out to them. It's a community thing. That's how I try to make it with my business, because I'm also doing other things with the business. So they may be interested in some of the ideas that I have for expanding the company. So things like that. You have your people that you met through your company. They're like lifelong family members, especially if they're here. We're a community. So that's how I like to do things. It's more safer on the continent. It's not, Suns 360 said it's more safe on the continent. It's not perfect anywhere, but some spots are better. That's true. If you're involved with the Diaspora African Development Board, they just had a meeting in Joburg. No, I'm not part of that. I'm not part of that organization. But I'm glad we have, diaspora meeting groups and stuff, gathering, because we need to help each other. And that they're in Joburg. So no, I'm not familiar with the Diaspora African Development Board. Sounds good to me though. They're trying to do something to help us. Taking people around the local establishments is very helpful, and that service is valuable. Yes, I try to do that, CL if they come here, because we got to remember that when people come, they're leaving. Like I guess I remember that because I'm from the West, and so when people come, they sometimes feel kind of homesick because a lot of times they come without the other families. Sometimes people come with but they want to do. Sometimes they get like homesick a little bit, and they want to do some things that they're used to doing back in the West. So I know a lot of different places that they could go to where they could feel like, feel if they're homesick. I know some places that they can go where they can have a certain meal that we're used to, or do certain things that we're used to, and go to the mall, or, so they can feel a little bit like, like they back home a little bit. So people do get a little, a little homesick. They get a little homesick. They be missing the atmosphere sometimes. But they do have places here that you can go to, and I know a lot of places that I could take people to if they want to have that feeling. Like certain restaurants, certain international or foreign restaurants, where they have an Italian restaurant here. They have uh, is it the cage? Is it the Cape Town Fish Market? They have that here. So they have different restaurants where if you want to feel like you back in the West a little bit with the restaurants, I could take you there. We got a mall here. We got movie theaters. So it's things that you can do if you feel like you kind of homesick or whatever. So that's another reason why I like to connect with people, especially I would say like single women or whatever, because they come by themselves and they don't have other people with them. So they might be a little, they might be missing home a little bit or whatever. And then we can go out to lunch, go out to the mall. They like to get their nails and all that stuff done. They got all that here. I don't do all that because I'm funny. I don't like people rubbing on me. But I don't like people touching on me, y'all. And so people might like to get all that stuff. I know places here, they do that for your hair and your nails and all that stuff. I got to put these on, family, because these, I could see better with these. But yeah, so I can take them places to where they, if they feel lonely or whatever, or if they might want company. And, I'm always available. I'm always around. And I'm like, let's go out. You want to go, let's go get something. You want to go get some ice cream? They got like really nice ice cream places. They got really nice, what you call it? Like if you like cafes, they got all kind of nice cafes where you can have cafe lattes, all like that Starbucks vibe, but they got a lot of those here. They got a lot of the restaurants by the beach where you can have you a cocktail or a mocktail or a fresh juice, and you could, go to water, put your feet in, let's go get swim or whatever. It's like they got all those type of beaches and stuff here. So something to make people feel, if they feel like lonely or whatever, missing family, they'll feel better when they go to those places. So I know the places that I can take them to if I know that, they lonely or missing home or whatever. So, but it's good to stay connected, because it could also be where they can live somewhere and something can happen with they can get burglared. They can get their phone snatched or something. It's not like it's all the time, but it happens. So it's good to have someone that you close to, that you connected with, so they can, help you get your stuff back together. They may have to order a new phone from the West and get it shipped. Like it's all this different stuff. So it's good to have people close so they can, you can use their phone, their computer. They could, whatever. So we got to be community when we leave the West and we come to these different countries. We still got to be connected. We got to be together. We don't have to live together. We don't even have to group together if we don't want to. Because like me, I don't really group with a lot of people. I do, I don't do big groups in person like that. I used to, but I had to stop. But people know me. So a lot of people got my number. They got my information. So if somebody's looking for a place, or somebody need a driver, or someone need a sister to help babysit or clean their house, or they need a security, like any service that they might need. Sometimes people call me and ask me, do I know somebody? And so I can refer people, even if we're not grouping, but I know we're from the same place. We're from, Afro descendants, whether you're from Jamaica, whether you're from UK, I have friends from all these places, Afro descendants I had one from the Netherlands and different places. So we still help each other. So you're not going to be, if you decide to leave the West, it's always good if you go places where other Americans are. If you are that adventurous, some people don't have to do that. They can go to places where no Americans are and they'd be fine. But some people need to feel like other Americans around them. They need to feel like it's other people from the West around them, so they won't feel nervous like they by themselves. So it's good if you go to places like that. And we almost everywhere. We in Asia countries, we on the continent in different countries. We going everywhere, man. And you know, people, the passport bros and stuff, they'll not that you are one. I'm just saying we everywhere. Colombia, Brazil, whatever. We everywhere. So I am glad you are letting God use you to be a support system. Truth be truth be told, yes, I'm trying to. I am trying. I mean, I feel like that's what I'm here for. I feel like that's why I came first, because I could be like a bridge for people. I can be a help for people. I've done a lot of things here, from traveling here to resettling here to doing business here. So I know a lot. I can help a lot if that's what they want to do. And I know a lot of people because I've been here for 5 years, going, almost 5.5 years now. So, yeah, I can help people a lot if they need it. So as long as they good and they fine and they don't need nothing, yeah, I've been even have a clinic I go to, doctor's office. It's a clinic that I go to where it's called London Health, and they do eye, dental, and medical. So if somebody needs that service, it's not a hospital, it's a clinic. But if you needed to go to the hospital, they got several hospitals around. So it's a lot, and their medical stuff is very good. Like that's one thing when people ask, it's like it surprises me because I'm like, Africans are some of the smartest doctors and nurses. Like even in America, they do that. So yeah, they got high technology here, high tech stuff. Hospitals clean, nice, upscale, whatever. You would be self-pay, but it's not half as much as the cost that it would be in the States. The cost of your services here would be like a copay in the States. You know how in the States you pay a copay and then you have this bill that's the insurance pay. The amount that your copay would be like the amount for your whole visit here. That's how reasonable the services are. The doctors, the hospital services are. And nobody really, it's when you have a country with a high poverty status, people don't have a lot of money, so they don't go to the hospital like that. They have a really good diet, so they're not as sick as we are in America because they eat better. They eat fresher food. They don't eat sugar hardly at all. Most Africans don't eat sugar hardly at all. We are the sugar people. We eat too much sugar. And they don't, yeah, so they're basically, their body's really healthy. They're not really sickly. So they don't have to go to the hospital like we would have to. Yes, all praises to the motherland, because even if they get sick, they know remedies that they can tell you. Like our groundsmen, if we get sick and we say, "Oh, I have a fever," or "My throat hurts," or whatever, they know like natural remedies that they can tell you. Go get these weeds. They be go get some trees and weeds from I don't know where, and they be telling you to boil them and steam with them. And also drink like a tea, make a tea. They know all the stuff. They don't have money to be going to no hospital for stuff like that. So they take care of themselves like that. So they're very healthy, very healthy. And food is good, natural, organic, you know. So this is a really good environment, healthy wise. So less stress. Food, the top thing is the food is so fresh. They got their own animals, so they don't ship meat. They got their own herds. They got cows and goats. They be walking around and stuff. Cows, goats, lamb, fish. Of course, fish because we're around the peninsula. There's water everywhere. As a matter of fact, the other week we went to the beach and they was catching kingfish, and I've never had kingfish until I came to Tanzania. I've never had it anywhere else. But kingfish and I think it was salmon, and they had just caught it out the water, and they was selling it, and I was man, like man, right out the water. So yeah, everything is fresh. Everything is fresh. So you would love that part. So it seems you do the CNA type stuff for the community. Oh, CNA. Is that CNA? Oh, is that CNA? I do. Actually, I do whatever they might need. You know, whatever they, because when you pay for a consultation with me, like people complain, oh, they don't want to pay for a consultation. But you do save a lot of money, because if you do that, the person can just, all the connections that I have and I've been to, I could tell them about it, and it won't be like a hit or miss for them. When you don't consult with somebody and you come to these different countries, especially on the continent, you could spend a lot of money because you don't know, like the service you might get, the restaurant you might go to, the hotel you might stay at, the area you staying in. You don't know none of that. So you could end up spending a lot of money or not happy with your service if you just go by yourself and not ask somebody's, who have been here, somebody's opinion or experience. If you don't find that out, you can spend a lot of money and waste a lot of money staying in places, and you leave because certain places we can't just stay in, right? We not used to, like continental Africans, they can manage in a lot of places. We're not used to that. So we'll leave, we'll spend our money, but then we'll end up leaving if we're not comfortable. So you end up saving a lot if you consult with somebody and they tell you, stay in this place, don't stay in this place. When you're looking for a place, you got to do this, don't do that. If you see this, if you get those type of advices, then it'll save you a lot of money and headache, especially headache. Because one thing that a lot of people don't know from the West that I had to learn is the things that are normal for us in an apartment or a house is not normal here. Hi, Teddy. Welcome. Shalom. To get the Kinanoni district. Yes. Welcome. But the things that we are used to, the things that they're accustomed to, we're not. So we're used to having hot water. We're used to having air con. We're used to having some type of furniture in the apartment. They don't have none of that here. Well, you have to ask for it. So you have to ask, does this house have hot water? Because some houses don't have hot water. Does this have air con? Does this place have air conditioner? So certain things you have to ask for. You got to go look at it. You got to go visit. And their unfurnished apartment is unfurnished, like nothing is in there. It's a shell. No stove, no refrigerator, no nothing. So that's different from what we're used to in the West. So you have to know some of these things so you can know what you're looking for. So it's just a little bit different. But if you get advice, they can guide you through the process. Say that cause of isn't, because the things that we're used to in the West, it's not normal. It's not customary here. Like in the West, when we look for apartments, sometimes they have stoves. Most of the time they have stoves, refrigerators, air conditioning unit inside the walls, right? Here, they don't have that. They don't have, some places don't have hot water. Some people don't have water from the water company. They just have those tanks, and they got to fill those tanks up. Some places don't have hot water. Some places don't have air conditioner. You have just fans. So you have to ask, is it air con? You can buy an air conditioner unit. They have the air conditioning units here that you can roll around in each room with wheels on it, or you can get the kind that you can move from room to room. So you don't have to have a place with air con in the wall or in the window, like how some of our places, older places, used to have the air conditioner unit in the window. It's like that. You can move it around. You can buy one yourself. So it's just different. It's just different. But you have to know this, because if you come with your Western expectation and you're looking for a place, you're gonna be kind of frustrated because you're not gonna understand why none of these places have this, why none of these places have that, because it's not customary for all that stuff. So you just have to know that. Now, you didn't talk to nobody before you get here, before you come here, and you don't know, then you're gonna be frustrated because you're just not understanding what's going on. But it's okay. You pick and choose based on what you want to pay. If you want aircon, it's going to be more. If you want a furnished place, it's going to be more. It's not going to be like the cost of the US, but it's going to be more more money that you don't really need to pay. You can work around stuff if you know how to do things. So me, I always tell people, get an unfurnished apartment, because you can furnish it gradually yourself. It'll be cheaper that way, because if you get a furnished apartment, it's going to be 300, 400, 500. It's going to be a lot more money. It's going to be more expensive to get a furnished place than an unfurnished place. Apartment that I'm living, there is no AC, maybe at least massage. Right, Teddy, exactly. Where I'm living in this apartment that you see in now, I don't have air conditioner in here. I just have fans in every room. And I have like double fans in some rooms. So all of them got fans like this fan, all the rooms got a fan like this. And then I have another fan that I keep like right beside me. But I don't have an air conditioning unit, but I could buy one. I was thinking about buying one because I saw one in the store with wheels on it, and you can roll it from room to room. It gets very cold. So that would be cheaper than me spending extra rent just for an air conditioning unit. That's going to kill your light bill, because your electric bill is going to be higher when you have an air conditioning unit. So you have to know all this stuff. Cause of the tariffs, they keep Africa from receiving more. Well, they have with Suns 360, they have a lot of that stuff, but I think it's more of a status situation. Like you got, the upper class or the rich, then the middle class and the lower class. A lot of the middle to upper classes, they can afford to have the aircon and all that stuff and get furnished places and all that, like we do in the West. But you're going to pay more, and people don't have money to pay more, so they would prefer to get the minimum. Like me, I had another apartment before this one, and I had aircon in it. I had an air conditioning unit in it, and it was $300 more. Was it $300 more? One, two. No, it was like $100 more rent for an air conditioning unit that I didn't use all the time. So I got an apartment without air conditioning unit now, because I had one already that was more expensive for the same 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So I'm not paying extra money just for an air conditioning unit when I can get a fan, or I can buy one myself that's mine, and I can take it from apartment to apartment and I can use it like that. I'm not paying extra rent every 6 months or 3 months just for an air conditioning unit. You gotta, balance that out and think about that. How do you wash clothes over there? I have a manual washing machine. They have regular washing machines here. They have the manual washing machines, and then they have people who wash your clothes. So it's a lot of people in our communities. They have a sister to hand wash their clothes. So a lot of them pay a local sister to hand wash and hang on the line. I have a manual washing machine. The manual washing machine is like, it has 2 sections. The middle section is where the water and you put the clothes in, and then you turn it and it goes around and washes. And then you rinse the water out. It's a knob at the top. You let the water drain out, and then you move the clothes to the spinner on the second side. So it's one big machine, a round part to wash, and a spinner. You put in the spinner, it spins the water out, and then I hang my clothes on the line. I have my own machine, but a lot of people use sisters and they pay them to hand wash. So or they have the regular washing machines like you can get in the West. But they, you know, for us, it's not as expensive, but here, because when you come here, you have to live on this budget here. You can't live on the U.S. budget. You can't be like, we're in the U.S. We're in the U.S. You can't do that. You need to live off of how the money is here, because when you get your money, you convert it to T-shillings anyway, and you don't want to spend unnecessary money. It's just unnecessary. So a lot of, even the people that come from the West, a lot of them ladies wash their hands. They clothes by hand and they hang them. If they don't have a washing machine, they wash them by hand and they hang them on a line. Every place has a line outside. Nobody has dryers that much because it's too hot here. It's hot to have a dryer inside. It's too hot. Dar is very hot. So everybody has clotheslines that they hang their clothes on. Shalom, Gerald. Geraldo Jesus. Hi, welcome from Brazil. And you speak Portuguese. I said Spanish. My bad. You speak Portuguese. But I think if you have USD as your balance, you are going to live like a kid. Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But just because you have that amount of money don't mean you have to spend that amount every month. You can still live at a minimum amount and then use that money on something else. You might want to create a company or create a business or travel. So you don't have to spend all your money on your living, how you live. Like you can keep the living part to a minimum to where you can use your money on other stuff. You've been doing well. See no reason to change. Right. Suku Akali. Oh, Geraldo Jesus, I don't speak Portuguese. And I don't understand Portuguese. I have a subscriber from Brazil, and he always commenting. I have to use the translate app to see what he's saying, but y'all don't understand Portuguese. Does it? No, it does not snow here, son. 360. Dar es Salaam is the hottest. And no, I think Kilimanjaro, I think it gets some snow. I know it gets cold. That's in Arusha. So that area is cooler. So I'm sure they might get snow on that mountain. I don't get snow where I am in Dar es Salaam because it's the hottest. It's the hottest climate. So it's hot all year round. We just get rain. It's rainy season. So we get rain, but we don't get snow. So I dress like summertime every day. For the last 5 years, I've been dressing like it's summer. I haven't needed any coats, any jackets. I did when I go to other regions, though. I do need like a sweater, a light jacket, some socks on my feet. But here in Dar, it's hot. Yep. So if you come to any African country or any country outside of America, you want your money to stretch. Now, if you have that disposable income, like some retired people, when they got that money like that, or military retire, then you can live nice, But when you are on a budget and you working and, like I do, you have to live minimal. You have to live on a budget. Like I have to live on a strict budget. Every now and then, I set money aside to do things with people for certain things, but for the most part, my everyday life, I cook every day. I don't really eat out. I live on a budget. Everything, I keep my bills low. I'm in Dar. Sons 360, but I'm 20 minutes outside the city, so I'm in like the suburban area, suburbs part. This one, how many languages do I only speak one language, and that's English and Swahili, and I'm learning Swahili, Teddy. I don't speak. We in America, we haven't been taught different languages like the continental Africans know 5, 6 languages. Yeah, we kind of limited with our languages. I was in school and I was trying to study Spanish and French, but I couldn't even get far with that. I took classes, but it didn't stick. So really, I only know one language, that's English, and I'm Swahili. I've been, using that here. So I know that a little bit more. I'm learning every day because I'm around Swahili speakers. So that's it, just two languages. Oh, Aringa is very cold as well. Teddy said Arusha and Aringa is cold, very cold. So Tanzania has weather for everybody. If you don't like the heat, like in Dar, you can go to other places where it's cooler. A lot of people like Arusha because it's right by the Kilimanjaro mountain and it's cooler. So I went to Arusha. It was too cold for me. I was trying to get back to Dar. I was freezing. I was freezing, y'all. I had to have socks on my feet, a jacket. Yeah, I was like, I'm ready to go back to the heat. So I said, I'm not gonna complain about Dar es Salaam heat because when I went to Arusha, I was freezing. Yeah, but yeah. So just have to know. Just consult with somebody, and they can give you an idea on how to manage. Yep, Arusha is cold, Suns 360. Arusha is where Kilimanjaro Mountain is. They have the Serengeti safaris, the Serengeti. So it's cooler. The animal, notice all the a lot of safaris are where it's cooler. Those animals there, they ain't trying to be around all this heat. It's too hot for them too. So, but yeah, but so a lot of people are going to Kenya too. Um, I just Kenya is like Nigeria. They give America too much room to do stuff. And I don't want to be in no country that America's just doing whatever they want to do. Bombing folk. Yeah, I don't like that. I'd rather be in a country where they have they sovereign and people can't just do anything, come here and do anything. I feel I feel safer like that. I don't trust America like that. And I'm from there. I'm from America and I don't trust them because I know how they are. I know how dirty they are. So yeah, I don't trust them at all. I don't trust them at all. Yep. That's why I left. I heard someone had made a comment saying um, that how we complain about how we're treated in slavery and all this different stuff. Um, like we want people to feel sorry for us, and I said we don't want people to feel sorry for us. We want people to know what's going on, and then we leave. That's why we're leaving. We're leaving at large numbers from America because we don't like how we're being treated. So we're not just complaining about how we're being treated. We're leaving America. 70s, Tupac's father with other members of the Black Panther. They ran to Tanzania, and our first president gave them area to live in Arusha. Wow, Teddy. I heard somebody else had told me that before. I believe that. Tanzania has always been a country of where people who were oppressed and running from persecution have always ran to Tanzania. Tanzania have always been like that, that shelter for people. Maybe that's why I feel so comfortable here. That's probably why I do feel so comfortable here because your spirit can resonate with the feeling of whatever country you go into, and I just feel at home here for some reason. Even with what they have going on, I feel safe here for some reason. And I think it's more of a spiritual thing because physically I haven't been, I'm just learning the country, but inside my spirit, I feel like I'm safe here. And I don't know why I feel this way, but I just do. It's hard to explain it to people who have never left America or, they don't understand how that could be. And I don't really understand it. I can't say I do, but I just believe it's the spiritual. It's a spirit. It's the spiritual thing. It's a spiritual connection. Just like our ancestors lived through us. Our blood, we have the same blood as our ancestors, our forefathers. They lived through us. So their blood is in us. And this is somewhere in this continent. We go sometimes, our spirit feels like I'm at home when you ain't never been there before. You arrive there and you're feeling like, why do I feel like I'm at home? It's weird. It's hard to explain, but that's kind of how it feels. It's like I just feel so safe here. I feel at peace here, and it's like every time I think about leaving, want to go somewhere else, I just get this pull to be here. Yeah. Yes, Teddy, I heard that. Even with Tanzania, even helped South Africa during apartheid. They helped the Southern Africans during apartheid also. A lot of Black people are leaving. It's the second. Yeah, I can't. It is. So, it's not that we just only complaining about being hung from trees or being coming up missing, disappearing, being unalive. We're not just complaining. We're leaving. We're doing something about it. So we're not just sitting there crying, talking about what was me. They're killing us. Some of us are saying, I'm out. Some of us are leaving. And it's not because we rich and we got so much money. It's because I take my chances outside than inside. No, I ain't rich, but with the little resources I got, I'm gonna make it work. And of course, you pray and get guidance from your Father, and He will help you. He will provide for you. He will, work things out for you, give you favor with your businesses and the ideas that you're trying to do and all that stuff, whether it's online businesses or companies on the continent. We will work things out for you. So it's not just we're just complaining about it. We're doing something about it. We're leaving. That's why I left America and I'm here. Because I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Yes, that's why I was born, but I don't trust them at all. I know that's why I know I live with these people. I know how wicked they are. So yeah, I don't trust them at all. Especially, yeah. Allie. Hi, Allie. And support most of the southern countries from colonization but yes, Allie, Tanzania did that. And that's probably why I was saying I feel so at home in Tanzania, because it's the spirit behind that country. Same with like America. America has a spirit that hovers over it of like oppression, because of its foundation was slavery. Its foundation was trafficking slaves, trafficking Africans from Africa to America. It's a spirit that hovers over America. It's a oppressive. So you can feel that in the atmosphere if you are sensitive spiritually. So when you come to these different countries, you'll feel where your spirit will resonate, like this is where you need to be. Some people say they feel that in Ghana, they felt that in Kenya, or wherever they went, they felt this something. In Zanzibar, wherever. If you're leaving, don't try to leave by crossing border into Canada. It's a little cheap to leave from. Border rules have changed a lot, and you might not be able to. Wow. Yeah, a lot of our people. I don't know if a lot of our people are choosing to go the Canada route. I think a lot of them are choosing to go the Mexico route. But even Mexico is changing for our people trying to go that route and leave, because the president's making enemies of everybody. And shout out to Canada. Shout out to Canada for showing the, what is it, CBS documentary about the abuse at CCOT, the abuse at the El Salvador prison. Shout out to Canada for showing it against America's wishes. Yes. Yeah, Canada showed it against America's wishes. America tried to block it. It's the CBS documentary about CCOT. That's is it El Salvador? Is that the place? Yeah, El Salvador, the prison where they was taking Venezuelans into to that prison, and they weren't criminals, and they were abusing them. And so America tried to try to keep it from being aired in America TV. Made them not air it on the American TV, and Canada aired it. And the people in America got to see it. on, I think it's TikTok, but people recorded, like, so we got to see the abuse. It's human rights violations, but yet they bomb in Nigeria for human rights violations or whatever when they're committing human rights violations against Venezuelans or against, it was a lot of uh, like Venezuelans, El Salvadorians, just different people that they, Hispanic like people that they they mistreated. I mean, they abused. They abused. I heard you from Philly, Miss Wanda, near New York. I'm from Jersey, Teddy. I'm from Jersey near New York. Philly is not far, but it's New Jersey. So I'm a Jersey girl. I'm a Jersey girl that left and moved to Tanzania, Africa, and been living here for 5 years. And all is well with me. All is well with me. I feel safe. I don't feel nervous or anything. Back in 2010s, I used to think America is like heaven, and I used to like Black Americans so much those days. Everybody thought it was. It was propaganda. It was the TV, the media. The media pushed that, pumped up America to be bigger than what she really was. But she's been killing Black people the whole entire time. She's been killing Africans the whole entire time. She's just very wicked, but she hid that part of it from the world. But now they get to see the truth because of TikTok and because of social media. The world get to see that she really dirty, diabolical, wicked, and evil. Recently arrested in Brazil. That was, oh yeah, Sons 360. I saw that. The brother that was arrested in Brazil for being with the little girl, saying he was doing wrong, but no. Oh, he was doing wrong with no evidence. I think Africa is our land and not others. Oh, they said that. I thought that they caught him with a little girl. And part of it, so they're saying he was doing wrong, but no evidence. I thought that they said they caught the dude, the passport bro in Brazil with the little girl, underage girl. I'm telling you, those days, even I used to say, well, that created me. And, oh, yeah, but you know what? America back in the day, back during the time you mentioned, Teddy, wasn't so bad. It just started going down real fast. But out the blue, it just started really just spiraling out of control. And now it's horrible. It's been pretty bad anyway, because during our civil rights fight, we had to fight for civil rights because they was hanging us and burning us in our houses and lynching us and all that stuff. They doing that again. So they've always been diabolically evil towards Black people, towards African people. Sandra, hi, shalom. When we don't have money or passport, do y'all tell us to get out of America? Babylon Yah said he scattered us and he will gather as we have to keep yes, we have to keep the commandments. But if you don't have these things and you want to leave, just like you believe in him, you can ask him, if you want me to leave, Father, I need a passport and I need money. He can do it. He gave how I've been here, Sister Sandra, for 5 years. He done been taking care of me. I didn't know how I was going to do it. So just because you don't see it in your hands, that don't mean that he can't give it to you. Just because you don't see it with your naked eye, don't mean it's not there. Don't mean you can't get it. Don't mean you can't receive it. If you want a passport and you truly do, you pray about it. Father, I want a passport. I need some money. I want to leave. If you want me to leave, then you'll provide. Now, if, he might want you to be one of the ones to stay until he moves you. There are some that will stay until he moves you. But if you have the means and you have the desire to leave, leave. That's all I'm saying. Because there's people, of course, that can't leave because they don't have the means, or maybe they're ill, or maybe they're bedridden, or whatever the case might be. But you can still pray and say, Father, if you want me to leave, provide a way. If you want me to stay, give me peace and let me know I need to be right here. He told me, he the one told me America was my home, and he told me to leave. People don't believe me when I say that, but he spoke to me and told me that America's not your home. It's time to go. I remember some people used to say, better be born dog in America instead be born human in Tanzania. Imagine. Wow. Wow, Teddy. I remember some people used to say better be born dog in America instead of. Wow, that's crazy, Teddy. Wow. People used to think like that. They said he was Sons 360. They say he was talking with him in the report. This is an example that you should think twice about traveling to where people aren't. Yeah, if he was talking with he should be. Yeah, that's why you need to well, Brazil's a lot of Afro. It's like Brazil is the second largest amount of Africans outside of Africa. So you would think, that it would be okay. But the passport bros is having problems everywhere. It's not only in Brazil. It has some issues in Kenya. So it's the behavior. It's the behavior with some of them. And that can happen to any of us if we go anywhere and we act, our behavior is not okay. You can't just go to anybody's country. You're not in America. You can't just go to anybody's country acting a fool. You telling somebody you coming somewhere for sex tourism. Come on now. You can't just say anything. That's what I'm saying. You can't just, some of these countries, it's illegal to just say certain things. If you're in that country, you could be arrested. So you just can't say and just do anything when you're in somebody else's country. That's why I created, I'm about to plug my private exclusive membership community. You're welcome to join as a member, where I can speak a lot more candidly about some things that I don't feel as comfortable speaking about on the public platform, because I'm not in America. I'm in Tanzania, and they have laws they don't have freedom of speech like that. You can't just say anything you want to say. People could get arrested for treason. People could get unalive. People could get sentenced to death for that. So it's that serious. You can't just say anything you want to say, do anything you want to do in somebody else's country, in Brazil or wherever. And the same thing that happened with the brother in Brazil could have happened in America. So you just got your behavior. You have to control yourself. You have to have self-control. Yeah. Sons 360, that's what he said. He was there for sex tourism. So you telling somebody, you in somebody else's country, you telling them that's why you there. Come on now. Awakened soul, hi, salama. All is well, awakening soul, all is well. Remember, I got arrested in China because of my foolishness. Exactly. You can't go to somebody else's country and just act like you in America. The things that you can do and say and how you can act in America, you would get arrested, but it'll be more serious in other countries because they don't have those lax laws like that. So that's why I created my exclusive private membership community. You're welcome to join, where I talk more candidly about stuff that I don't feel comfortable talking about publicly, from projects that I'm doing to things that are really going on in some aspects. I can't talk about all that online, fam. And people keep asking me stuff, and I keep it general with them, because you can't just say anything you want to do on this public platform, family. You got to know that by now. You got to move in silence. You got to move discreetly and use discretion, because you in somebody else's country. Your life could be at stake acting a fool. You can't just say and do anything you want to do. Look at the passport bros example. The one in Kenya, what happened to him? The one in Brazil, you can't just do and say anything you want to do. You got to use wisdom. You got to think logically and responsibly. Oh, wow, Teddy. 3 months. Wow. Teddy said he got arrested in China because of his foolishness and he had to stay in prison for 3. Ooh. See, that's what I'm saying. And so I think I've been doing pretty well. I've been here 5 years and had no problems, no issues, no trouble. I know what to say and what not to say. I've had a YouTube channel. You pick and choose and decide what you want to say. You don't have to open your mouth and just spew out everything. Everything that comes to your mind, you don't have to spew out on public platforms. Use some decorum, control, self-control. And if you want to talk freely or, and air your grievances, do it privately in private groups and or meet with people and have dinner, lunch, coffee, tea, and talk. You can talk, you can still be yourself and talk about things that are important to you, but you don't have to do it on no public platform for the whole world to see, especially when you're not in America and you just blah, 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 blah. You can't do that. That's something that if you consult with people, they need to really make sure that you understand, because that could get you in a lot of trouble. Upon Africa, yeah, that will be stopped in time. Yeah, that will be stopped, son. 360, it will. That will be stopped, definitely. Definitely. Ooh, had to turn the fan around. I was getting hot. So yeah, you have to be mindful of what you say online. Come on, y'all know. Everybody and mama be watching my channel. I'm here. They watching to see what I'm saying. You got to know this. So I had to watch what I say. I can talk about America all day long and speak the truth because, first of all, I'm not there. Do you think that if I was in America, I could talk about America like I talk about America? Do you think I could actually be comfortable enough to live in America and talk like that? They be knocking on my door, coming to my job. Hey, Brule de Serre. Hi. So many ads pop up. You got ads popping up, Sons 360 on this live? Are you serious? That's crazy. I didn't know they put ads on the live while you live. Wow. That might be a sign that they in here now messing with my stuff. Because y'all know they be all on my stuff. But yeah, you can't just do and say anything you want to. So you got to get consultations when you come to these different countries. You got to know how to act, know what to say. You got a YouTube channel. You can't show everything. You can't say everything. Can't do everything. Keep your stuff private. If you feel like you got to run your mouth, get you in some communities and some groups. Go out to lunch somewhere, go to the beach somewhere, go out to breakfast, go have a tea, a coffee, a drink, or whatever you do, and then get it off your chest. But don't put it online. Don't air all your stuff online like that. And then also, when you do that, you make African Americans look bad too. We represent ourselves when we outside of the country in these different countries. You represent African Americans. So you don't need to be acting a fool on here, acting ignorant and just doing and saying anything like you don't have no home training. You make all of us look bad. Yeah, you gotta be careful doing that. I'm old school. My parents used to say, family members used to say, sometimes my mother used to say that, you making me look bad. Look how you dress. Look how your hair look. Don't be out there acting a fool. You're gonna make the family look bad. See, that's how I was raised. So you gotta act a certain way, dress a certain way, conduct yourself a certain way, so you won't be making your family look bad. Same thing with us. You come to these different countries, you're African American, and you acting ignorant, dressing crazy, and talking crazy. You make all of us look bad because some people haven't really met us in these different countries, and you the first example, and they see you and you acting a fool. So yeah. Intellectual. Welcome, intellectual. intellectual intellect intellectual nerd. Shalom from Ghana. Shalom from Ghana. Do you have friends here? I mean, your age. Like, I do. I do have friends. I don't have friends my age, Teddy. I don't have friends my age, but I have friends that are younger than me. I always have friends who are younger than me. I have Tanzania friends that are younger than me because I think I act younger for my age. So, like, we go out to like the beach or, to lunch or something like that, and they're usually younger than me. One thing for sure I've learned this. Suns 360 said, one thing for sure I've learned, this social media platform is not ours. That's right. That's for sure. Do what they want to do because it's they stuff. That's right. It's they stuff. They remove subscribers, remove comments, mess with your stats and all that stuff. They do all that stuff. They shadow ban you. They do all that stuff because it's their platform. So that's another reason why, you got to be private with your what you doing with your plans. If you planning, if you got projects and so all, unless you're advertising, but if you got stuff you're working on, trying to build up and gather community, that you got to be private with it when it comes to our stuff, because you don't need everybody knowing, because then everybody will try to throw a monkey wrench in your stuff, keep you from being able to do the things that you trying to do, steal your ideas, all that stuff. Some of your people have been doing that, running that mouth. That's right, intellectual nerd, running that mouth instead of giving constructive criticism. One of them came to Tanzania and caused trouble. She had to leave. She came to Ghana. Yeah, yeah. See, we gotta be mindful of stuff like that. That's why I try to share information, but I try to keep it in perspective. Try to be careful what I say. And if I don't want to have to rethink about every other word, I have to do a members only video. If I do my members only video, then I could just be like, yeah, I could just flow. That's why I created the members only community, because I could say things and it's not like extreme or anything, but it's just that I have to be mindful because I'm in somebody else's country, fam. And I plan on going to different countries on the continent. And so people remember you, and they, people who from those countries, citizens of those countries, they follow you, they listen to you, they remember you. So you have to keep that in mind. That stuff can follow you where you go. So you don't want problems like that. Shalom, Ashanta Phillips, shalom. Welcome to the live stream. What is mainly about? I just wanted to chat. She's like, what is this mainly about? We're just chatting. And I was just saying how important it is for you, if you want to leave America or if you want to come to any country outside of America, it's good to consult with one of your people, Black Americans or whatever in those countries. So they could give you the 411 on like what you can say, what you can't say, just how to live and how to act and what keep yourself out of trouble and how to make sure you do your stuff correctly. Your visas, your permits, all this stuff. It's good to consult, because if you come on your own and you don't get advice and information, you could get in a situation. You could miss something. You could forget something. Anything can happen. So it's always good to connect. And then when I'm saying if you have a YouTube channel, if you're online, content creator, be mindful of what you say in those countries that you're in, because their freedom of speech laws are different from in America, the things that we can say. Sometimes we forget, or we don't even think I say. We come from America and we come to these different countries and we get to running our mouth and saying stuff that's not appropriate, and that's even against the law in certain countries. You can't do that. So you got to know your limits. But if you keep it professional, and if you keep it mature and use wisdom in what you share online, publicly, anywhere, then you'll be good, because you should have a level of discretion and walk in silence and use discernment in what you share anyway publicly, for your safety, for your privacy, and all that. I mean, whether it's in relationships or business or where you live and all that stuff. So it's okay to be online and be a content creator and share your life, but just keep it in perspective and consider your safety and the safety of your family, you, and you're outside of America or wherever you are, or even inside of America. Just have to be mindful and careful, because people be coming up missing for things they say. People be disappearing for things they say. It's getting to that point, even in America. Freedom of speech is not free, because people know where you live, where you work. They search you out. So you have to be mindful and just use wisdom for the sake of your safety and your life. You don't want no problems. You're welcome. Makisha, right? You're welcome. Ashanta Phillips. Okay. Also, you should visit Ethiopia and Uganda, Miss Wanda. I've heard good things. I want to visit so many countries, Teddy. I just don't have the money right now. But yeah, those are on my list to visit. I'm used to moving godly. Yes, Sons 360. It's good. Ali, Ali, Ali Fama says African American is motherland, Tanzania, and Africa have really positively shaped our brothers and sisters' mind for better in so many ways. Oh, thanks, Allie. We love the motherland. You know, we are claiming about Black Americans. They are aggressive, like to fight is so. You know, what we are claiming about Black Americans, they aggressive, like to fight. Well, we have, you know what, Teddy, we have to fight. We come from a hostile. We come from a hostile environment. We come from an aggressive environment, and we have to fight to survive in America, because we're constantly being abused and killed by the police and abused by white supremacists. So, and then we do fight each other too, Teddy. I'm not gonna say it's just the white people, but it's a toxic environment. So we come from that environment, and we have to be healed. When we come outside of America, we have to sit down somewhere, and we have to look within, and we have to get healing for the abuse and the hurts that we have experienced. Because if we don't get healing, then we're going to hurt other people, other people. So we have to sit down and look in the mirror at ourselves and be like, you know what? Let me just not be in groups right now. Let me just not, because I'm toxic. I need to be healed. Let me go sit by the beach. Let me go sit by the ocean. Maybe I need to pray. Maybe I need to seek God's face, read, do things to heal, to get healed from the trauma of America. I had to do that for a good, I would say 6 months, I think. I just went to the beach every day, and I went to Cocoa Beach every day, and I would just, like, on my Sabbaths, I would just sit there and like read, and I would just like sing and pray and worship. I had to be healed from the hurt and the trauma of what America did to me. And I'm still a work in progress, but I'm better than I was. I was angry. I was very angry and very hurt because of the mistreatment. And so when you're like that, you take it out on other people sometimes, because it's it's in you. You have to get healed. So that's why we have that reputation of wanting to fight and being kind of aggressive, because we come from an environment where we have to fight for everything. Everything. Intellectual nerd, you deleted your message. Brule Desire, hi. Yes, our environments are to go, and we need healing. Yes, we need healing. I had to do that myself. I had to do that. I've always been like a really nice person, a giving person, but I had no boundaries, and I was hurt, and I had to heal because I was angry. I was angry, and just angry. I would just, just get just angry because I was hurt of how we always been being killed, all that stuff. I internalized it, like our men being killed, shot, Tamar Rice, and all these different, everybody. I was, it was building up, and I was just hurt about that. I was angry about that, and so you carry that spirit inside of you, and then you display it, and other people see that you upset, or you like they're thinking, did I do something? But it's you, it's us. We're hurt, we're angry, we're mad, or whatever, because our people been abused. Some of us have been abused, and everybody just talking to us any kind of way, calling us the N word and calling us all kind of nasty names. You bottle that stuff in inside, and then sometimes it comes out on other people. So we got to heal. And so this is a lot of reasons why we can't really work together. It's hard to work together, is because we have hurts, and we're very sensitive. Everybody hurt everybody's feelings. Everybody's so sensitive because we're hurt, and we got to heal. So sometimes you got to take time. You can't be in groups right now. You can't do business with other people right now, because you got to heal right now, because you ain't gonna respond right. You ain't gonna take things right. Everything's gonna hurt your feelings, So we got to heal our hurts within for us to be productive enough to help other people. You can't help other people when you broken. You got to heal first, and then give that person a life jacket. We fight in the military, then have to fight when we get home. Yes, Brule Desire, exactly. You have that stuff bottled up inside. Imagine you fighting for your country in the military, and you go out and risk your life, and then when you come back to the United States, these people calling you nasty names, and then they find somebody military hung from a tree. That hurts. People can't forget stuff like that. Spirit, it won't be healed till you get to the right. We can't even heal really until we get out of a toxic environment. If we're in America, it's going to be hard to heal because it's toxicity all around. You can heal when you come to the motherland, because you're home, you're on your homeland, and you can release, you can let your guard down, because ain't nobody going to hurt you here. Ain't nobody calling you nasty names like that here. Ain't no white supremacists hovering over you here. You can go to the beach. You can go wherever you want to go. Ain't nobody thinking you're going to steal. Everybody's welcoming. Karibu. What they say in Ghana? They say something in Ghana. I forget when they welcome you, but I know here they say Karibu in Tanzania. Karibuni, Karibu. I forget what they say in Ghana. They say when they welcome you, they just like here, they got they welcome. They say they certain things too, but you feel welcome. Then you can heal. You can sit down somewhere. You could just let all the energy, all the negative energy out, and so you can be free. And then you get yourself back to your healed self, and then you can heal others. You can help others. You can be a blessing to others. You can be loving towards others. Yes, Ali, exactly. Our brothers and sisters in Motherland don't worship Mzungus. That's right. We wake up to the truth about who those Mzungus are. We know they're wicked, dark, and demonic. We know. So it means even you hate Mzungus. I don't hate Teddy. I don't hate them. I just know how they are, and I don't trust them to a point. And also, I don't want to live around them anymore. I've lived around them all my life. I want to be around Africans. So that's why I live where I live. If I want to be around Wazungu somewhere, I go to Zanzibar. I don't want to be around them. I go to Masaki so I can see them. I don't want to be around them. So I'm in Tegeta. I was in Mbezi. I'm in Tegeta. I want to go to Morogoro. I want to be in places where it's Africans. I don't want to be around Wazungu. Because I know a lot of times they don't really like us. They pretend to like us. They definitely don't like Africans. They just want your resources. They want what you have. Some are nice. Some are nice to a point. You can't trust them, though. When they get around their people, you don't know how they talk about you. In Ghana, we have freedom of speech, but is limited and there are exceptions. Generally, it is good. We even get away with insulting our leaders, but not threatening their lives, right? So y'all right under us in Ghana, but we losing ours too. Because it's a lot of people that's speaking out coming up missing in America. They think they still have freedom of speech. They really don't, because these people can come to your house and knock on your door. They can come get you, and you can disappear. And couldn't respond. I was hit by a doctor and couldn't respond. Brule Desert. Are you? Oh wow. But it seems Wazungs are not friendly, miss. They're not, Teddy. They're some wicked. I'm sorry, but majority of them are not nice. They're very evil people, and they're very jealous of Africans. They just want your resources. They jealous of your melanin. They just can't be trusted, Teddy. I'm sorry, they can't be trusted. Akwaba, Ali, that's what they say in Ghana. Akwaba. They say Akwaba, welcome. And here in Tanzania, they say, Karibuni, Karibu. They say that. When you get that, you welcome. You are really welcome, and then you get to sit down and you get to heal, and you get to let out all that hurt and hate and all them anger, all that stuff, and you get to replace it with love and healing and acceptance. That's why I like to be around Africans. I want to live around Africans. No, they ain't perfect, but they look like me, and I ain't got to be judged by the color of my skin. I ain't got to be, they might overcharge me. I could deal with that. I deal with an overcharge in a minute before I deal with white supremacists. I can't deal with white supremacists. I can't deal with that racism, but I could deal with being overcharged, because guess what? I could say no. I could say, Hapana Asante, no thank you. I can say, oh, no thank you. That's all. You got to know the money, and you can say no thank you. Ain't nobody gonna take no money from you. They might tell you a wrong price. You got to have enough sense to know what the prices are, and you got to say no, that's too much, and then you got to learn to negotiate. So it's doable. I could deal with that. Has allowed the land to take care of you. Yes, he has, Sun 360. Yes, he has. Intellectual nurses, some of us in Africa understand and know what you guys have gone through. I read and educate myself from slavery through the Jim Crow until now. So you guys are welcome. I saw that with you all. Oh, intellectual nerd, thank you so much. We've been through hell and back, and that's why a lot of us, the behavior, and that's why the personality, and that's what the fighting, and that's why the aggression, and that's why the anger, and that's what the hurt and the emotional ups and downs. We've been holding it in. We've been hurt, abused, killed, murdered, watching our men being hung from trees, our sons being killed, talked about and degraded, all kind of stuff. It's going to affect the human being if you human, and we are human. It's a kinship here, not constitutional law no more. It is a kingship now. Yeah, the Constitution is gone. It's a kingship, authoritarian dictatorship that exists in America right now, but our people are not, some reason they ain't connecting it. Yes, Ali, the Wazungus pretend that they like you, but they don't. If they don't even like the Black Americans that live with them, how are they going to like our Africans? How? When I say Black Americans, we Africans too. But if they don't like us, they call us Black. But they don't like us, they ain't going to like no Africans either. They pretend. Kweli Kabisa. Kweli Kabisa. I couldn't respond because I was a soldier at the time. Right. Exactly. You limited. They control. You can't even say nothing. You can't do nothing. They control you. I can't be controlled for the rest of my life, family. I had to go. I'd rather be outside and free than inside and controlled, even with money, but that they're going to take from me anyway. However, intellectual nurse, however, I want you guys to know not all of us is on the continent are awoke. Yeah, I know we also have bad people among us, but please don't generalize us. There are good ones among us too. Yeah, I know that too, intellectual nerd, because I've been in Tanzania For 5 years, I went to Ghana. I've been to Zambia. And I know there's good and bad people everywhere. So you have to use discernment and decide, based on, your discernment of being around that person, if that person is trustworthy or not. It's people who have taken advantage or overcharged me. I thought was my friend. They weren't. I had to learn that. So yeah, you got good at people everywhere. But for the most part, I'd rather deal with the continentals. For me, I'd rather deal with the continental Africans than deal with the Wazungus, Mazungus, or Brunis. I'd rather deal with Africans. I can't wait to get there and heal and chill at the hot spring. That's right. You can actually let your hair down for real, for real. You can actually like cry. If you want to cry by the beach, you can cry and let it all out. You've been holding back all this, especially the women. We've been holding back all this hurt, seeing our people getting killed and murdered, and men being abused, just everything, and the women being everything. We can actually cry, get it all out, get it all the hurt and all that out, and replace it with healing and peace and happiness. All the stuff we couldn't get in America, we can get it on the continent. A kwaba for a kind, a back for ja and sore for uwe. I can't pronounce all them different words. I just know a kwaba. A kwaba. So, but racism, I felt it in China. It's hurt. And I can feel you, Black Americans. Now I'm happy I'm in my country and no trouble. Yes, Teddy, racism ain't no joke. You be feeling terrible. You have to be strong and walk away, but it's humiliating. And I'm tired of it. That's why I came here. That's why I say I'd rather tough it out in Tanzania. They got whatever they got going on, things could pop off everywhere. I'd rather tough it out with them than go back to the white people. That's me. Everybody might not think like that, because some people was running, like when the election happened, it was so many white people at the airport trying to run back to Mzungu land. I wasn't going nowhere. I was sitting right here. I said, I take my chances right here with the Africans. I take my chances right here. I'm not going back to be around white people. I can't do it. I did see Django, Sons 360. I saw Django. I can't. Yeah, I felt like it was time for me not to be around them people. I don't want to live around them no more. For the rest of my years, I want to be around Africans and Africans only. I don't mind being around them to vacation and restaurants, but I want to live around them like in another European country. I don't want to do that again. Thank you, Sons. I feel like I did. I feel like I made the best decision. No, it's not perfect. Yes, some things I wish I could have did differently, but not coming here, but like decisions I made about certain people mainly. But other than that, I'm happy with the decisions I made. I've been here 5 years and I'm happy. Things have been working out, met some good people, good landlords. Some people have nightmare with their landlords. I haven't had those problems. All praises to our Father, our Maker, our Creator, to the Most High. He's worked it out for me, and I trust him. I thought you ran away during election. Teddy, I thought I was going to, though. After everything, after the internet came back on and I started seeing everything, I was like, should I be leaving? I was just saying it to myself, and I heard a voice. And I feel like it's the Father. He was like, where you going? It's going to be everywhere. Where you running to? Because I knew I wasn't going back to America. I was just trying to figure out what other African country I was going to go to. And I was thinking, should I be going to another African country? And I heard that voice that said, where you going? It's going to be everywhere. And I said, well, yeah, that's true. Okay, I ain't going nowhere. So I decided to stay. But I heard a voice, and I feel like it's the Father telling me, stay put. Where are you going? Things are going to happen everywhere. Because as you can see, things are happening in Kenya too. It was actually happening in Kenya before it happened in Tanzania, but people still going to Kenya. A lot of African Americans are still in Kenya. They didn't leave. Some left, but they still going. So they taking their chances. They say, I'll stay in Kenya before I go back to America. I say, I stay in Tanzania before. It's a lot of us that said that. It's a lot of us that stayed here. We didn't leave Tanzania. We just laid low. We stayed in the house. We laid low. We mind our business. We got water and food, and we just lay low until the country said we can come back outside. Now we're back outside, and we're doing just fine. But we follow the rules here. We follow the laws here. So running where? I've never seen so many as, but how you can get trillions paying for someone else's program too. Sons 360, you're the only one complaining about ads. I wonder if are you the only one that they doing this to? What's going on? But yeah, family. But so don't feel nervous. You don't know where you might go. I mean, think about the people that's in Niger. Think about the people that's in Gabon right now. If there are any Americans there, and I think there's some in Gabon, where now they're saying Americans can't come in there. So imagine how they feel. They probably feel like scared or something. They probably, maybe they're leaving. I don't know. But the good thing is you can go to another different country in West Africa. So if you in Gabon or if you're in Niger and they're saying they banning U.S. visa, they're not letting U.S. Citizens come, you could just go to another, West African country. Because Burkina Faso accepting us, Kenya accepting us, certain people, certain countries, Ghana accepting us, certain countries are accepting us. So we just have to go to the countries that accept us. If something happened to whatever country you're in, you go to the countries that are welcoming us. That's all you do. Don't panic. Don't run back to the States. That's what they want you to do. They thinking that this is happening and you're going to run back. No, we're going to find a way out of nowhere. We're going to go to another country on the continent. We're not going back to Massa. We're not running back to the plantation to Massa and begging Massa for some money to take care of me, for him to control you and put you back in slavery again. No, it's not going to work. Thinking everyone has premium YouTube, gotta be. No, I don't think so, Sons 360. Oh, maybe Brule Desert said you might need to get premium on your YouTube. Oh, okay, maybe you're right then. Pooch. Is it Pooch? Hi, welcome. About to be traveling and just can't do premium now. Don't do premium. I ain't got premium. And I don't be getting ads. Intellectual nerd said there is a revolution going on and Africa must be free. This is why all that is happening. It is biblical. It will get better. So yeah, Africa is going to be free. Africa is going to be the safest place in the world. I keep saying that. And people in America be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. After me being here in Tanzania for 5, okay. They say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Africa is going to be the safest place. Africa is rising. Yes, things going on, but Africa is going to be all right. This is the motherland. I'm rooting for the motherland. I don't care. I'm rooting for the motherland. I have faith. I have faith in the motherland. I have faith in the motherland. Yeah. So I was thinking about leaving, and then it was like, where you going? It's gonna be okay, I'll stay put. I've had some suspension about my channel being monitored, but suspicion about my, but not concerned about it. Yep, it probably is Sons 360 because I know mine is. I've been showing y'all how mine is for sure. If you are a student or some type of professional, you may be able to get Ads free on your YouTube. Just look at the upgrade setting. Yep. So um, it's a lot of opportunities for us to travel different countries. I do want to go to. I think I told you I want to go to Botswana and Namibia. Those are two countries I'm looking to go visit. Um, I want to go there. So that maybe that might when I go there, I make sure I do a video there. Hey y'all, I'm in Botswana. I'm in Namibia. What y'all doing? What y'all up to? I ain't gonna travel right now though, because I got too much going on. Teddy. But when Africa's countries will come together, Europe will suffer. Yes, Teddy. Europe is already suffering. Look how France is suffering because of the West. Look how France is suffering because of West Africa. France is going through hell, family, because West Africa is cutting France off. France is really falling. And the same thing is going to happen to the U.S. As soon as people wake up. The U.S. is going to be going through it too. That's probably why the U.S. is bullying everybody, because she's falling. Like, she's feeling like that she's losing control, so she's starting to try to bully and scare and bomb and this and that. Yeah. To my African brothers and sisters, please read the Kissinger report. Yes, Boulay Desire. They have to know. They waking up. Moving abroad. Yes. I think a lot of continental Africans know, they know what's going on, but the leaders have to be right and lead them in the right direction. So I'm just praying for the continent. I want the best for the continent. I want the continent to thrive. I will be there soon. Brule Desire. Oh, Stan Tinsley. Yes. Stop. Yes. So keep the continent in prayer, and hopefully, yeah. It's a lot going on geopolitically, family. Y'all see everything that's going on. So get somewhere safe and just watch the fireworks, because 2026 is going to be crazy for a lot of different places. America is going to be, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, family. And what about those Afrikaners? They went America with free visa and Trump deported them back again. Did he really? Teddy, I don't think he deported the Afrikaners. I don't know if he sent them back, because he want them there. He trying to make America white. I ain't gonna say white again, because America has never been white. It's always been melting pot. It's always been indigenous people there before whites. So he's trying to make America white, like Germany Nazi. Nazi Germany. He's trying to make America's like Nazi Germany again. It's the dictatorship, the same playbook as Hitler. And yeah, I think he's gonna let the Afrikaners stay. But they're gonna regret going there. They're gonna wish they was back in South Africa. People here would be organized, but is every man for himself here? Yeah. Sun 360. It's like it's so much going on, y'all. But I'll be watching from the continent somewhere. If I sneak out, I ain't gonna tell nobody till I get there, though. Y'all know I gotta move. I gotta move in silence. I gotta move discreetly. I can't let nobody know the right hand. I can't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. So if I go somewhere, I'll let you know. I'll tell you when I'm there. I ain't gonna tell you before I'm about to go. I'm gonna get there, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, hey, I'm in this country. Yeah, I gotta move like that, family. I'm a content creator out public online, so I gotta move discreetly, privately, and silently. He sent them back again, Teddy. I didn't know that. I gotta research that. I didn't know he sent the Afrikaners back. I know they've been kind of quiet, and I know that they sent Kenyans back, some Kenyans back from South Africa because they were like working to help the Afrikaners or something illegally or something. Something what went on in South Africa with these Afrikaners. Yeah, I don't think he deported them. Intellectual nerd said Namibia and Botswana are some of the best countries in Africa. I heard that intellectual nerd. Namibian president Triple is not playing with the Muslim. I know. Nor is the Botswana president. That's why I want to go. Intellectual nerd. That's why I want to go to Namibia, Botswana, because I like what they're doing. I always like to go to the countries where the presidents be on point. I love going to the countries where the presidents be on point. I mean, I like going to the countries where the president is standing up. It's just that Burkina Faso is just too unsafe right now. Like too many people trying to take our captain out, Captain Traore. And it just I wouldn't feel safe there right now. I have to wait till everything die down. Yes, Sons 360. You can't because people be watching like a hawk. They be trying to figure out where you living at. They be trying to figure out what your plans. Yeah, you can't tell nothing. I'm learning that. Don't tell nothing. Make sure you have private groups. Make sure you meet people. You talk privately. And even when you do that, screen the people you talk to. You got to screen them too. Because some of our people been coming here acting a fool, family. Some of our people been coming from the West, coming to these African countries and acting crazy too. Scamming people and stuff. Our people, they be doing it too. Gotta screen them too. Gotta watch out for them too. They acting crazy too. So you have to be careful all around, all around, all around. Are you serious, Brule Desire? He sent the Afrikaners back. That's what Teddy was saying. Teddy said he sent them back again. Oh man, how come that been quiet? I need to do a video about that, y'all. I need to do a video about that because I did not know that. I thought I was calling myself keeping up with that, but I did not know that he was sending them back because they was complaining. Thank you for telling me that, Teddy. Thank you for telling me that, Brule Desire. I need to look into that. I think that might be my next video. Susty 60 say he don't think. So some of I research it. I'm gonna research it and see if I can find some videos about it so I can do a video. They picked the wrong place to go, honey. I know they want to be around the white supremacists, but they losing right now. The Gentiles' time is up. They falling right now. And the European countries they falling right now. They falling up. NATO falling apart. Dutch falling out with America. German, like these different countries is falling out with America. So the NATO, they falling out with each other. The NATO crew. Yeah, I got to research that so I can do a video about that. So yeah, family, I guess I'll end this live. I just wanted to I love the on point presence also. Yeah, I just wanted to chit chat with you. Have you lay eyes on me? Know I'm good to go. Yeah, making plans, doing some things, family offline. If you are in the membership community, I will do a video and share a little bit more in depth with you about stuff, but I can't do it publicly. But I will do videos, keep you posted, and yeah, about some stuff. I talk to my son all the time. He's doing well. He's still in the strong delusion. He's still loving. He ain't trying to leave America right now. So I'm just praying for his safety. Praying he'll wake up one day and be like, Mama, I want to come there, and I got a room waiting for you. So I'm just waiting on him to just decide that he want to leave. I'm praying before he gets stuck. I don't want him to get stuck. Intellectual nerd says, same in Ghana, the president refused to renew the license of the foreign mining. Yeah, he has cut access to gold smuggling, and now they have to buy gold through the. Yeah, I like what the Ghanaian president is doing too. He's speaking up. He's speaking up for us too, and he's accepting us. So I do appreciate that, the Ghanaian president. It's just so many of our people there. And Ghana is too expensive for me. I can't afford Ghana. It's too expensive for me. Ghana is almost dollar for dollar like the U.S. I can't afford Ghana, and I can't afford Nairobi. Too expensive. Too expensive. The prices are just, wherever we go, the prices go up anyway. So wherever we go in droves, the prices just shoot up. All right, family. Well, I guess I'll end this live. Thank you so much for the ones who jumped in. Thank you for taking the time to view the stream, to jump in, to chat. Make sure you thumbs up the stream, and make sure you still subscribe. And stay tuned. I'll do another video in the next day or so. And I'll, stay in touch and keep you posted. And we'll chat again soon. I'm communicating with Botswana and others. Oh, good. Yeah, Botswana is one of those countries. Botswana and Namibia. I got to get there, family. I got to visit the African Connoisseur Gateway. Connoisseur Gateway for America to keep a foothold. Anchor in South Africa, allowing those data collecting airplanes to fly around from a retired. Right. That's the only thing about South Africa. So the West is all in that region. Well, yeah, that's true. Intellectual nerd. Accra is expensive if you move out. Same thing with Nairobi. Same thing with Kenya. Nairobi is expensive, but if you move to like Mombasa, it'd probably be more affordable. So I guess I could say that. Outside of Accra or outside of Nairobi or outside even Dar, you can find places that's less expensive if you're outside of Dar. All the major cities are more expensive. So yeah, I can agree to that. I can agree to that. All right, family. I'm going to end this stream. Thank you so much. Thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next stream, the next video, or the next live, or the next short. Check out the community tab. Make sure you still subscribe. Join my private exclusive membership community where it's like-minded people. Think like me. We want to do something inside America or outside. Truth be told, have a blessed one. You too. I can't wait till you come here too, D. Welcome. So you can be free. Oh, you take care. You take care, you guys in the West. Cover yourself in prayer. Watch the food you eat. Watch the lotion and the stuff you put in your hair and the stuff you put in your skin. Everything seems to be poison out there. So you just be careful. Keep your head on a swivel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Shalom, salama, peace. See you guys next time.